All right, good morning, folks. You're going to spend at least half a day with me. We're going to clean the house and do some laundry and stuff like that. But about noon, 1 o'clock, which is in about 3 hours, it's almost 10, I've got to get in the shower and get ready for Easter. It is Easter. But if you know anything about me, there are no days off. So we got to get this done. Sorry it starts, but I'll be changing that here in a minute. We gotta get this washer going. I don't have any towels. I'm gonna end up taking 2 showers today, and that'll be the end of my towels. So the first thing I gotta do is wash towels because they need time to dry. And this is my little washing machine. I think I've done videos on this washing machine before. I can bring you a little closer so you can see how it operates. But I love this thing. I love it, one, because it was only like $100. And it really does a pretty good job of getting the clothes clean. So this is not a review for this particular thing, but I've been using it for almost a year. I got it May of last year. I had enough, another thing you'll know about me, I only buy big ticket items at Christmas and on my birthday. So for Christmas this year, I got the trike bike. For my birthday last year, I got this little washer. Thought there were pieces missing off of my bike. There aren't. The mirrors just need a tightened and everything. All right, I gotta get this washer started. Oh, and if you're interested, I had cornmeal porridge and coffee this morning. So that's what I had for breakfast. What is going on? Oh. So anyway, I gotta put the hose in the thing because there's no way to get the water to the machine. Except this way. All right, towels. I need towels, folks. So I spent last night naming videos. I can't name the videos from the camera. Like I can't name all these videos that I'm shooting today, like Stacy Cleans the House 1, Stacy Cleans the House 2. But I can name them once I get them on my computer, and I have a whole list of videos that I need to edit, but they're not named. So I spent a lot of time last night naming those videos so that when I go in to edit them, they're ready to be edited. I need some soap. This is such a cute little soap. This soap is so cute. I'm just going to do a little bit. Just a little bit. If you do any more than that, yeah. You've seen those dishwashers where they over soaked them? Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is just about done. Yep, that's good. I love that screen. I should have bought a screen like that 10 years ago. But I didn't know they existed 10 years ago. And I kept thinking I was going to get a real screen door. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll start with this trash. Well, I think it's going to turn out to be a nice day. They predicted rain all day, and I haven't looked. Maybe there'll be rain tonight, but right now it's pretty nice out. I need to find my other trash can. All right. Now I gotta get some boxes out of here. I am really loving Amazon Vine, but it really makes a box mess. I was watching a video the other day because when I got accepted into Amazon Vine, I wanted to know something about it. And some guy was like, I've been in Amazon Vine for 30 days, and this is the top 10 complaints I have. And his first complaint was that everything was taxed. Well, yeah, it's taxed. As far as I can tell, every dollar I get is considered a dollar of income, which means that you'll get taxed at your tax rate. Mine is 10 to 15%. So, let me see here. Okay, so I got these. The box has a picture. Okay, so these are wall sconces. I haven't opened them yet because I'm not ready to do the video. These are wall sconces. They were $64 or $65. Okay, so if I'm taxed for that wall sconce $65, I'm going to pay $6.50 in taxes for it instead of $65. And here's the deal. Let's say I bought those for my business, which I could because I do work in the room without any lights quite a bit. But let's say that I bought those sconces for work, and I could write them off. So I spent $65 on those sconces to light a room that I work in. I can write them off, but it's still only a percentage of the 65. And I would have to look it up. But it's not a lot of percentage. It might be 10 or 20%. So I'm ahead regardless of how you look at it. And never mind the fact that I can afford, anything that I'm getting from Amazon Vine to begin with. So, I'm able to update my clothes. I'm able to get new shoes. I'm able to get art supplies so that I can do my book covers, like by hand, paint them by hand. And that's what I'm doing, right? This is where I'm at on one of my book covers. This is for the Horror of the Tazumari Greed statue. And I'm not done with it. But that's for a book cover. And that was, I bet all in all, I spent $50 or $60 on paint supplies. Half of that was Amazon Vine. The other half I bought because I needed more stuff. But I still saved 50% on the creation of basically hand-painted book covers. The guy was pissing and moaning about it. And then he's like, there's so much trash. Well, no shit. Did you live through the pandemic? Did you order everything online? I mean, yeah, there's a lot of trash. Break down your boxes. You'll be all right. We don't do recycling in Indiana, so we don't do any recycling in Indiana. So plastic, paper, glass, it all goes in the same container unless you specifically go to some place where they take cardboard or they take glass or they take aluminum. Other than that, we don't do any recycling. There is no curbside recycling in Indiana. At least not that I've ever seen. You do the best you can with the boxes you get. And the guy was complaining about that. Talk about a frou-frou complaint. So I don't get it. It really baffles me when people complain about the fact that a product is in packaging. Or they have boxed it to ship it. Well, no shit, buddy. And if you order 90 products in a month, which is what I can order, I'm going to have a maximum of 90 boxes. Now, sometimes Amazon does ship me things in multiple items in one box, and that's great. It's great except for filming. But, complaining about that was just ridiculous. There's too much packaging. Let's stop ordering. And I think he did, actually. Because he was morally concerned about Amazon Vine. It's the one thing I'm not concerned about. Because I can upgrade my wardrobe. These pants are new, folks. New pants. New socks. I'm wearing new socks. New socks. I got new shoes. I got new purse. These are all things I need. So obviously the guy didn't need anything, so he didn't really appreciate the program or what it was doing for him. Anyway, I know a lot of people complain that it's all junk. A lot of it is junk. What did I see today? It was, and I'm not sure it was junk, but it was jack points for cargo, steel cargo containers, like the shit they put on ships in the back of semis. Do I know what you would use that for? No. Do I have a cargo container that I can test whatever that is for? No. So it's sometimes it's junk and sometimes it's really weird specific stuff. Like I do not have a cargo container in the backyard where I can check pieces for a cargo container. Don't have it. But I do, and here's the difference between me and that guy I was watching. And I don't even remember the channel, but I am grateful for every item that I can get. I've done a lot of upgrading on my bike through Amazon Vine. The mirrors, the lights, the basket, the liner, all of that came from Amazon Vine. Could I afford that normally? No, probably not for months. And it's done. Now I'm looking for a new bike seat and some extra tires. But it's great. It's great. So this washer is wash, spin, rinse, spin. But we're going to come in here and make some light. This room is so dark, especially in the winter when I have to block this window. Right? So we're going to take that blanket down right now. There's a cart in front of it. Oh, this is my good cart. I'm keeping that cart, but I stapled it up there, so I gotta get the staples out. And I gotta throw the staples away. So we're gonna unwrap this window. Oh, which is covered in spider webs. That's gonna be a challenge. I need to get my multi-tool. I have had this for 25 years at least. I bought this at Walmart, and it has lasted forever. It's a generic. It's not a Gerber. It is a generic. I've had it forever. And it comes in handy, about 3 times a year. It's got a bunch of knives in it, but which would be useful for someone else, but I have an irrational fear of sharp objects. All right, finally. At some point, I need to get to the laundromat and wash all these blankets. I'm not sure when I can do that. I am not sure what I'm going to do. I bought a scooter, a regular scooter, a bit back, and it's awful. It's a kick scooter, but in this town, it's a kick scooter. You just don't catch a break. And it is, in fact, this town that is the problem. But it kind of renders stuff like that useless. I mean, nobody wants to kick. And it does that. It does not stay up. Well, I guess it's fine like that. But got another box. It's just miserable to ride. So we have a little bit of light back here. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's got a tiny kickstand. So let's see. I'm probably going to get rid of it in the yard sale. I paid $64 for it. I'll probably hard sale it for $50. What is that? What was a tiny kickstand on it? I have no idea. Oh, I think I found it. It's hard to see. Well, shoot, it's not feeling right. There it is. All right. So yeah, it's got a tiny kickstand on it. So, all right. Forgot about that. But I think I'm going to get rid of it at the yard sale. I still actually have the box for it, which is funny. But, yeah, I'll probably yard sell that for $50 because it's just so incredibly miserable to ride. It's like running and doing squats at the same time. It is just miserable. All right, we are opening up this window all the way. I can't take it anymore. It's supposed to be in the upper 60s and 70s all week, so this is no longer needed. And this is the backyard. Boy, that fence looks like shit. I mean, it really looks like shit. Oh, I lost my broom. Sometimes it's in the bedroom. Because sometimes I use it to clean up the bathroom. This is ridiculous. See, this is kind of stuff that I can't see when there's no light back here. I found a sock I've been missing. A piece of the floor. Yeah, that is definitely a piece of the floor. So we're just doing a little bit of cleaning. I can turn you around now. So now we've got a little bit of light in here. I don't block up that window until I absolutely have to, because that is the only light in here. I can't really unblock the sliding glass doors because I don't trust them, and their R value is non-existent. They are in no way, shape, or form energy efficient. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get that mopper that I got and mop. But there's a level of filth that even I can't stand, and we're there, folks. And since it's Easter, and I have plans later today, I can take this morning and just do some cleaning. When I get done with Easter dinner, I need to edit some videos, but that's okay. Okay, so that's looking better. I guess I'm done with the coffee. And I want to give you a heads up. If you are getting clothes mail order, take them out of the package, detag them, and wash them immediately. They are filthy, filthy, filthy. The water is always crazy, nasty, murky brown colors when I wash this stuff. So wash your clothes immediately. And you're like, well, what if they don't fit? I don't know what to tell you, dude. If you try them on, take a shower. If you're going to try them on, before you wash them, take a shower. They're filthy. I don't even know why they're filthy. They're just really, really, really filthy. And they're packaged, but a lot of the stuff I get, if it's not vacuum sealed, it's in a Ziploc bag. So hey, that much is good to do. All right, I don't normally do it, but I had to change the water because for some reason the towels were really, really dirty. Oh, shoot. That's dumb. I was having a problem with the gum in the trash can the other day. I'm going to try and get some gum off the floor. This is the useless wrench for my bike. That worked. I am almost ready to do something. I'm going to take this outside. All right, I am doing one more load of towels, and then I'm going to call it because it is 10:30. What is my phone? More clouds than sun, highs in the low 70s. Really, that's a staggering change from 73. No rain. It was supposed to rain all weekend. The only rain we got really was yesterday overnight when all that damage was done, and the thing is still in the backyard, that truck cap. But anyway, all right, I am just about ready to start mopping. All right. Well, actually, I need to wash this cleaning pad. Actually, all right. So I have this wet mop that I'm going to use to mop the floor, and it comes with a bottle. And I doubt I will throw this bottle away. I'll just refill it with whatever. But I got to mop the floors. And it comes with this thing so that you convert the bottle to the thing that fits in the mop. So just, I don't know if it screws or it pops or both. But there it is. And you put this in here like this. And you push down pretty hard. So, there it is. Here's the mopping thing. And it's real interesting. All right. So there it is. And you just mop with it. I got this because Swiffer really isn't doing a good job. At least not in my opinion. So I wanted something that would do a better job. And you can turn it up. It's got a scrubby pad. It's got a scrubby pad on the side, so you can do this kind of thing. And try and get stuff up with the scraper pad. I don't know how well it works. Probably better than nothing. But anyway. So, get it done. Now there's a bunch of other crap under this table. Nothing. Or move you, you can watch me. Not right to there. So, there were a lot of complaints on this. This is I think it's a revitalized mopper. You have have to go look. So it is a rejuvenate mopper is what it is. Revitalize, rejuvenate. So a lot of people were complaining about it. I'm like, I don't know what they're complaining about. It's a wet mopper with a sprayer. It wet mops and it sprays. That's what it does. You know, is it better than a Swiffer? I think so. And by Swiffer, I mean one of these things. I don't have a wet jet, but that thing is leaps and bounds ahead of this Swiffer I've got. I actually own two of those Swiffers, and they both do a terrible job. I mean, they fall under better than nothing. And this thing is better than nothing. This thing's better than an actual mop. And an actual mop makes a big freaking mess. Alright, so we are going to go this way. And with this being a trailer, I really don't need to get the floors super wet. It's really not a good idea. I got enough soft spots on these floors. In fact, I may have to fix the soft spot next to the front door just so I can leave. Because right now you can't really move big things out the front door because you'll step in one of those soft spots and probably go through the floor. So I gotta get that fixed. I'm not sure how, but the problem is the door has failed somewhere, and it's letting water down into so the door is letting water in under the threshold, and it's rotting the wood right in front of the door. I just noticed it. And I really am going to have that fixed, which sucks. Because I really don't want to fix anything on this house. I just want to go. But it would be dangerous to move if I don't fix it. So, that's a problem. In fact, I found it when I was doing the yard sale. So I was like, ooh, that's a little soft. And I looked, and it's just being awful. So, and no, it is not from the washer. It is something to do with when it rains and how the water is funneled around the door. It just doesn't do right. Because I have thoroughly investigated it, because I'm going to have to fix it. Which makes me mad. This house deserves no repair. It deserves a wrecking ball. But in order to get this stuff out of here, I'm going to have to fix that door. All right, this is looking pretty good. Look at this. See if you can see it. Whoops. Every time I try and move it, I really need to get a better tripod. So let me try and show this to you. This is the pad so far, and we're not even close to done. So, all right, we're going in another room here in a minute. I don't ever have time to do this. This is why I say if it hits the floor, it's over. I just don't have time. The only reason I have time today is because it's Easter. And I finished the article that was due today at 11 a.m. yesterday. So that kind of freed up my morning. Alright, you know, people weren't impressed with this mopper, but I think it's doing a fine job. Alright, on to the next room. So here's the other room. This is the TV room. I do not put anything in the room next to the front door. I just don't do it. I think that's a bad idea because the minute you open your front door, everybody sees everything you have. In my front room, you open the front door and you see a pile of junk. Excellent. I need a new gum. I gotta spin these towels out. I accidentally used cold water. That sucks. No, I'm not redoing them in hot water. They raised the water rates like they deserve any more money. These companies. Gimme, gimme, gimme. My weed eater's home is right here. So this is always an incredible mess. And all I have to do the yard is a weed eater. I had a reel mower, R-E-E-L, reel mower, for a while, and it lasted all summer until the last mow. And then the handle broke. And the maintenance team here tried to fix it. They sharpened the blades and everything. Did everything for it they could. And you could not fasten that handle hard enough to get it to stop breaking. And I think I paid $100 for that wheel mower. So I don't want another one. And I don't want a gas mower because I don't want to be going to gas all the time and getting gas. Gas station all the time and getting gas. I don't want to do it. I don't know why they were upset about this. I mean, it works exactly as you should expect. It's not picking up really, really big stuff. But I'm able to push it all into the same area where I can sweep it up later. And we're going to get over here under the desk. Really need to get over here under the desk. Yeah, I'm good. There are a lot of reviews that say this sucks. I think it's right. I mean, you can sit here and watch me do it. Does the floor look better? I mean, I think it does. Your wig mop thing isn't going to do any better than this. Sponge mop isn't going to do any better than this. Sponge mop really isn't going to do any better than this. Yeah, I don't get it, folks. What do you think? Does it look better? Yeah, I don't get it, folks. I think this is doing a phenomenal job. What do you think? Now I need to get this right here. No, look at that. Folks, I don't have any complaints about this. It's much cleaner. I mean, my floors aren't new, so they're not going to look perfect. But I'm pretty happy with this. We're going to go do the bedroom here in a minute. Alright, so let me show you. This is why I say never live in a mobile home, folks. Look at that. That is not from the washer. That is from whatever that side piece is leaking down and it's dripping and it's getting under there. Never buy a mobile home, folks. You'll be so disappointed. All right, the lighting in this bedroom is probably awful. So, reach back as far as I can so that you can see most of what I'm doing. We're gonna mop this. All right, I'm gonna do the hallway real quick. There's no light in the hallway, so you wouldn't be able to see anything anyway. But it's very, very, very dusty. Always in the hallway. Alright, so now I am going to do this room bring the room in here. But this floor is actually new. I put this floor down about 5 years ago. This house was missing all of its floor in all the bedrooms. It was crazy. I don't know that the previous owners did it. I think the park did it, salvaging parts from this place. Because they took out all the closets too, and I had to put in all the closets. Actually, that's not entirely true. I bought the pieces for the closets, and then my brother found a spare day and put all the closets in. But it's just, this is ridiculous. It does not matter how often I'm off the floor, by the way. It's always like this. I used to have to run, when I was running my robots, I had to run them every day, all day. If they were charged, they need to be running. And that was the only thing that kept the floors clean. And I don't have, and I would have to chase them around the house because they would get stuck. Because this house really isn't meant for robots. There's grates in the floors. I have stuff on the floors. You really have to have your house prepared to have robot vacuums and stuff like that in it, because they only go around stuff so well. What is that? Oh, it's a towel string. All right, this much is clean. Well, everything but this right here. This under here is just being difficult. And the mopper robots would get all of this pretty good, but you had to run them every day, all day. Because this house is just so dusty. That's why I said the house isn't worth fixing. Because in order to fix it, you would have to gut it down to the sides, both ways, and inside and out, and you'd have to pull all this flooring up and check all the floor joists, and the electric needs redone, and I don't trust half the electric. Boy, that's frustrating. I was unable to buy a piece of linoleum wide enough to cover this room, so there's a seam over there, and seams always split. Always. There's nothing you can do about it. In the last 5 years, I bet I've redone that seam 3 or 4 times. It just keeps coming up. There's like nothing you can do about it. And eventually I ran out of seam glue. So, what are you going to do? It just won't stay glued. So eventually you just have to say, I'm not gluing it anymore. And that's what I had to do. So I needed more seam glue. I'm not gluing it anymore. That's enough. If it wasn't going to take $100,000 to fix this house, I'd probably redo the floor, but in something that works a little better. But this was the only flooring option that was virtually no cut. I mean, I wouldn't have minded if it was, nails, but I'm not going to cut individual vinyl planks with a saw. It's never going to happen. So, all right, that much is done. So yeah, that was a lot of dust. All right, I'm cleaning the bathroom real quick. My bathroom is never company ready, so you're not coming in. Oh, well, I'm telling you, man. All right, this is done. I am done mopping. Oh, what did I do with the thing? Oh, I moved the room too soon. Oh, and if you're wondering, in like 2020 or 20, I think it was 2020, I refloored this whole half of the house because there was no floors. Walking through the house was like stepping on splinters. So I ended up flooring like 800 square feet. And it was a whole bunch up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And it took me 3 days to do it. And once I was done, I could not move for 3 days. My thighs were shot because it was up, down, up, down, up, down. I also put in all the baseboard, the vinyl baseboard that you see, black stuff. I redid all of that. All this black vinyl baseboard, I did all of that. It was tough stuff. All right. That is some hard work, folks. All right, so I'm going to wash this stuff, these pads. I guess I'm going to wash it in some vinegar and baking soda. I think it says do not bleach for this, so it is what it is. All right, how does it come off? It's Velcroed on, so I think it's going to be awful to try and get it off without touching all over it. Yeah, it's being terrible. We're going to put that in there. I'm going to put this over here. I'm about out of soap. Come on now. All right, I'm going to do that. And this, and this one. And I need to get this one over here. And I accidentally started draining the water thinking I was done. But I forgot about these pads that I gotta wash. We're gonna do soap, vinegar, and baking soda. Because I think these said do not bleach. You know, I just realized something. I'm not going to be able to wash the clothes that are coming today because they're late. I wonder if they're not going to be delivered today. I don't think Easter's a national holiday, though. Or a federal holiday. It's a religious holiday. All right, almost done. I gotta get in the shower. Well, we're going to rinse these clothes. And towels. Actually, it's towels. I didn't even get them. All right, I'm going to walk this bike to the porch. Not want to do it. As anticipated, the cleaning stuff made a mess in the bottom of the washer. I had to clean that out. All right. a day. All right. All right, I am almost done with this laundry. I'm going to rinse these and drain it, and then I shouldn't have to should not have to change the water once I start rinsing the towels, but this I'm going to change out. All right, I'm almost done with laundry. We ran out of battery for a minute, but look at how clean that is. I just wanted to show you how well the vacuum does, or the washer does, cleaning stuff. Like here's this one, pretty clean. Both of those were pretty filthy. I'm not going to spin that right away. It's clean and rinsed. So I can put some towels on top of that. I had a difficult time getting just a little bit to spin. Alright, let's empty this too. My washer's got a little lint trap. Helps if I get it in there the right way. Alright, waiting on that to drain. Alright, if you're wondering how much water this uses, it's 16 gallons per load. 8 to wash, 8 to rinse, if you fill it all the way up. And change out the water every time, which I don't do. This was a little bit different because a couple of the towels were really dirty, and then of course the stuff that I used to clean the floor, that was really dirty. So I changed out the water more today than I usually do. It's afternoon. I gotta hurry up. This took longer than I thought. This is so disgusting right here. I don't even know what is in this. What is that? It won't come out. Alright. That's done. I need to get the hose on, water on. To save time, I like to start the water and then I get the stuff I need to rinse or wash. Bottom looks dirty. All right. You know what? I didn't check what I wanted to check. I was going to see where my clothes were. And I sat down at my computer and got embroiled in a conversation with a subscriber. I love when that happens, but didn't get done what I wanted to do. All right, now I'm going to go figure out where my clothes are. Well, they're out for delivery, apparently. So that much is good. Oh, and I want to say, I do appreciate everyone's suggestions, always. One of the biggest suggestions I always get is, are there any other food pantries in my area? The truth is, I've never looked, I don't know, and I need to do that. So I don't know. But the thing is, it would have to be a food pantry within 3 or 4 miles of my house because I'm biking. The only mode of transportation that I have is my bike. Now, I do have a neighbor that will take me into the nearest town if she's going. And I happen to tell her that I need to go. She will remind me or let me know when she's going. And I will give her gas money. And of course, I have to give her gas money, which I do. That is fair. And then she usually will drop me off at any store that I want to go to. And she'll tell me where she's going, and then I will meet her there. So, like last time I went into town with her, we went to Aldi's and got groceries, and then I went to Hobby Lobby and she went to do something at the DMV. So, that's kind of how that goes. And I give her $5 or $10 for gas, and it works out well. I just haven't done that in a really long time. Oh, here's what it looks like. I guess I could have showed that to you in the beginning. But here's what that looks like. This side, if you open the lid, it will continue to run. This side, if I open the lid, it will not. The spinning side. So, all I gotta do is take a shower now and get ready for Easter. All right. So this is the final rinse on the towels. Not as much fits in the spinner as does in the washing side. It's about a ratio of 2 or 3 to 1. There it is. I was hoping I would have time to wash the stove, but it is not going to happen. It's almost 1 o'clock now. There are more towels on the table than I thought. I thought there were 3. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all got to go in there because they got to get done. It is just now at 12:40 charge. All right. I am entirely sure that I'm going to start bringing these out, though. There's like 2 minutes left. That's done. One thing I will say about these little washers is they're more hands-on than you might be used to. Is there a smaller one? Alright, I'm over it. more towels than I thought I did. I thought I heard something, but I did not hear anything. Alright, I gotta take a shower. I can get that after my shower. I am trying to figure out what I want to wear for Easter. I think these pants, these are comfy in the legs. The waist is very small. The waist is a size down from what I would expect. I don't know about these. I don't think I like this outfit. It's not really comfortable. So let me try a different pair of pants. Alright, these are comfortable with huge pockets. So that much is good. Very comfortable. Very comfortable. These are a contender. Those first pants, the waist. And we have these jean shorts, which are pretty comfortable. They are pre-ripped. So they won't last very long, but they're comfortable. I think these pants are the winner. So, alright, folks, that's it for this video. I've got a couple things I got to do before Easter dinner. And I wish you guys all a happy belated Easter. This will come out after Easter. And I will talk to you later. And if, as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I will talk to you later.